Wow. Wow is all I gotta say because I have been waiting years for this. It's Alex Koons. I'm sitting here at Hot Tongue Pizza and we are bringing you a Tucker Carlson Putin-like interview with somebody that I've wanted to hear on a podcast for years. No one knows this, but I started this podcast just so I could sit down with Angelo Womack of Rad Times Pizza and talk to him. And boy, did we talk. This interview was maybe our longest. It might have trumped my interview with Mr. Schechter, and I might have laughed just as hard, if not harder. I think I peed myself a couple times. The beautiful thing about Angelo is he is so himself. He does not hold anything back. And Angelo's been around doing this for a long time, longer than most. He's seen things, and his perspective on things and his insight into the pizza industry and the stuff that we talk about, it was crazy. We'd be talking about one thing and it was super funny. And then the next thing, he just looks into the camera and drops a hot take on you. We talk about his beginnings at Roberta's to moving to Los Gatos and opening up his restaurant there with his brother-in-law. We talk about that struggle, going back and starting his consulting company, and just he has his finger on the pulse of the pizza industry. And he's also just one of the funniest people I have ever met. He talks about something that I have always loved. Pizza is supposed to be fun. Pizza is supposed to be fun. It is a plebeian food. It is for the plebes. It was never supposed to be this high, elevated, stuffy kind of culture. And talking about that with him and bringing it back to fun, it was just that. This conversation was so much fun. We're drinking mezcal. We had our shoes off. We got in the bed for a while. Housekeeping came. It was one for the books. It was one for the ages. Angelo and I met at one of the most magical places in the world, and that is the Hard Rock Lobby Bar, a place me and Matt know a lot about in Atlantic City. At Pizza Pasta Northeast, I think in like 2017, I think some Hormel pepperoni guys were definitely trying to pick up on my wife, sell me pepperoni. It was greasy, it was gross, and that's where I met Angelo. I don't know what he remembers, how he remembers it, but it was true love after that night. I've kept in contact with Angelo. We could have talked for another 4 hours. We might have to have a part 2. Who knows? Anyways, enjoy this podcast. Enjoy Rad Times. I hope you enjoy this conversation as much as I had having it. Ha ha! Wu-Tang Forever. The most mentioned band as of right now. Wu-Tang Clan Forever. I listened to him this morning. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with, and so is Angelo Womack of Rad Times Pizza. If you're headed out to Expo, we are too. We are going to be there for the 4 days, so definitely don't be shy. If you see me and Matt, say what's up. Preferably show up with a Bud Light in your hand. You can buy them in the concession stands outside of Expo. Just bring that Bud Light in, find me, and be like, Alex, here's a Bud Light. All the homies are going to be out there. It's going to be such a fun time. If you're driving out, let's get ready. Let's get rowdy. Let's get crazy. 40-year anniversary. Let's go. Before we start the pod, I want to shout out our sponsor, Zabs. Zabs is incredible. Both their hot sauce sit on every table at Hot Tongue. Their St. Augustine and original are mind-bending. I'm talking naturally sweet heat and their signature slow burn. They got this secret pepper from Florida called the datil. It is hot, it is sweet, it is perfect on pizza, on eggs, on anything. And I know that anyone who tries it is gonna love it. If you don't know about Zabs, you gotta check them out. And you know who put me on their hot honey, which I think is better than all of them? Nick Camacho. Shout out the man, the myth, and the legend for putting me on this. I didn't even like hot honey before this, but Zabs changed my mind. I wouldn't put it on every table at Hot Tongue if I didn't believe in how much it could enhance pizza. Do yourself a favor and go check out Zabs. You will not be disappointed. Anyways, I'll stop talking now. Let's get to the pod. Let's go.
I'll say this, no lie. I have at some point logged in under my personal account, which no longer exists, but I've logged into my personal account and talk shit to Rad Times. Like, dude, what are you doing, dude? You're just talking shit. You're dividing the pizza community, and just to
create the chaos, dude.
Just create the chaos. But trust me, Usually I don't need to do that. You know what I mean?
I was there on January 8th.
Oh, dude. Oh,
That's I can only imagine that's what your DMs look like.
Oh, dude. My DMs are mostly people sending me like absurd pizza shit, which used to be like authentic, you know, like people doing some dumb shit with pizza. But now usually that dumb shit is just like purposeful rage bait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just stuff that like people are creating to make people angry. Like, oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, my Italian grandfather would cry, you know, kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, or are they just, I mean, is it rage bait? Because some people are like, yo, I could watch that shit forever. Like the dude who makes stuff in his hotel room. Like that dude is and then eats it. Like that guy's a genius. Dude.
By the way, can I look at the camera when
please
I say
do.
this to make like some shit clear?
Make it really dramatic.
Okay, totally. That motherfucker put a lot of people at risk because he made some food on a fucking airplane. Did you see that one?
Well, geniuses have different synapse firing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. Well, he inspired other people to start cooking in the bathrooms of airplanes.
Inspired or like gave the idea to, because you know people.
What's the difference?
Because there you have a free choice. Is that it? And you don't have to go set a fire like in a airport bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Airplane bathroom.
I'm glad we bring this up because basically how I see pizzerias opening now is they're influenced by a small amount of pizzerias. And unfortunately, fucking Dave fucking Portnoy. Sorry, there you go. So here we go. Can of worms right here. I would say about 95% of new pizzerias opening, they have to make their shit super crispy. No flop. And it just leads a lot of people to just creating overbaked garbage. You know what I mean? Not all pizza needs to fucking stand up to a point, you know? Mm-hmm. Sometimes that a little bit of flop is a good thing, you know? It means the dough in your pizza is still alive. You know what I mean? You can taste like fresh baked bread, not overbaked dry garbage. Mm-hmm. So he's created a lot of new pizzerias that follow that. And I would say this, the number one pizzeria right now that has influenced the most new pizzerias is La Industrie out of Brooklyn, man. A lot of people are doing what they do in terms of their toppings, in terms of the fucking burrata and hot honey, which is delicious.
Yeah.
But holy shit, that's the new like combo.
Yeah,
you know
it's like
I mean?
stracciatella and hot honey and burrata, and yeah, it's like the big thing. They were the first people to do it.
I would say here's the thing.
It looks so pretty.
Yeah, it's so pretty. It is. So here's the thing with like combinations. You know what I mean? Like there's who first did it, and there's the first person who made it popular, right? Mm-hmm. So you could go back in time and be like, well, who's the first person to put fucking salami and honey on a pizza? Probably some asshole from Italy a long time ago. Who, had a beehive in his backyard and made his own charcuterie, Yeah. So you don't know. And I'm sure it was on menus forever all over the world. Now, who made that combination popular? And I'll tell you right now, the combination of soppressata and hot honey, Roberta's in Bushwick. They created that. They made that popular, which made Pauly G's Hellboy popular, which made basically Mike's Hot Honey take off, and any pizzeria that has Mike's Hot Honey in it can thank Roberta's, if you ask me. That's a hot take, dude.
So this was also a literal question that I had. I mean, but I want to go back to Portnoy, but okay. But right now you brought this one up. So who at Roberta's did it first?
What do you mean? Like who created that pie?
Who created the beast thing? Like
me.
So you put honey on the pie.
Okay, let me tell you how this pizza was first created.
Because this is a story I tell. I tell probably a little fucked up because when you told me I was like blacked out at a lobby bar in
by the way,
in AC. But
I got to tell everyone the story of this motherfucker in Jersey and how he basically assaulted 50-year-old
pepperoni salesman from Hormel.
Pepperoni salesman, dude.
They were trying to hit on my wife, dude.
No, that was like, it felt like it. Yeah. Jesus Christ. He was like, hey, relax. We'll tell that story in a bit. But Okay, so here's what it is. I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico. All right. In Santa Fe, New Mexico, we have new Mexican restaurants. A new Mexican restaurant has, we smother all of our food with chili, right? Red or green chili. If anyone who's been there or lived there, red or green or Christmas. So on every table at most restaurants, you have a bottle of honey for your sopapillas, which also comes with a lot of plates. You can get a tortilla or a fucking sopapilla. Sopapilla is a fried, basically pillowy, like almost sweet, not pastry, but bread. So of course, if you're a fucking kid, that's what you order. You don't want a tortilla, you want a sopapilla. And when you get that sopapilla and rip it open right out the fryer and put honey on it, oh my God. So what I used to do and what a lot of people do, mostly kids in New Mexico, is they put the honey on their, red chili, So spicy and sweet was always, in particular, honey sweet was always something to me. I always knew that. And then at Roberta's, we always had a chili oil. We always had sopressata on our menu from other pizzas. And one day I literally just made a fucking margarita with chili flake, chili oil, sopressata. It came out, it got honey, and it was just this magic. Like what the fuck? And I remember it was almost like too easy though. You know what I mean? It's almost like here we are trying to create these like seasonal combinations over there, with seasonal ingredients brought from the fucking farm, and here I am, I just shit out some fucking pizza, which was a margarita with a couple toppings on it. But it was like loved, people loved it. And I remember pitching it to the head chef at the time, Carlo, and he was like, no, fuck honey on a pizza, like that's fucking tacky. Get it out of my face. So I went to the other owner and I was like, do you like it? And he was like, yeah, it's good. It's good. It can go on for brunch. Fast forward fucking, 15 years later and it's everywhere. And, it's Roberta's number one selling pizza,
Yeah, I mean, and there's variations of everyone doing it. I just had Lucky Nick's, and he does like a sopressata with pistachios and Zabs hot honey, and it's fucking insane.
I'm a if I have to, by the way, the bee sting doesn't use hot honey.
It's just
honey with spicy shit on there. Now, if I had to choose a hot honey though, I love Mike's hot honey. How is Zabs though? Is Zabs good?
It's insane.
Yeah?
It's insane.
I love Zabs hot sauce, man.
It's better than Mike's.
Oh shit.
It's much better than Mike's.
Hot take. Another hot take, dude. Yeah. How many hot takes are around right now? 3, 4? Okay, cool.
There's going to be a lot of hot takes. There's also going to be some outtakes.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of outtakes. A fucking bone is going to slip out my mouth and I'm going to be like, cut. Yeah. Please don't put that in there. I could get sued or arrested. Okay, great.
Yes, there's actually policemen outside the door. The Roberta's is a big influence, I think, for a lot of people in the pizza community, even people that don't even know that Roberta's is an influence because of like they don't even know they're influenced by Roberta's because of like what came out of that establishment, like just like the whole wood fire craze and like what was going on at that restaurant and like how that like just jumped across. I mean, like the wood fire operations that started opening up in like 2013, 2014 in Los Angeles, like it was, and like other people buying that exact same oven, tattooed kids, like just fucking taking Neapolitan pizza and just putting their own fucking spin on it. Like it's one of the coolest things. I was wondering like, what was Roberta's like in the heyday? And why do you think it was such an influential pizzeria that is still like influential today?
Bushwick was considered like the Wild West in terms of it was lofts. It was still a cheap place for people to move. So it was a lot of young people. It was next to projects though. So it was still fucking dangerous, man. The McKibben lofts next to Roberta's where a lot of like young people lived, and a lot of young people who moved to New York, especially Brooklyn. They're like, Brooklyn, I live in Brooklyn. They don't know much about it. And then they get a taste of the real world and get fucking robbed,
Nice.
And the projects were called the McKibben Lofts, the ATM, because they would just go there and fucking rob kids and do that. So it was still dangerous.
Yeah.
It was still like forming into something. And it was amazing to be part of that because you see, it was all about, and here's what comes back to like Rad Times pizza, right? Is pizza making for me, if it's not fun, I don't want to do it. I don't want to fucking do it. If I'm in a kitchen and, you know, if something seems too pretentious or fucking corporate or boring or any of that shit, I don't want to do it. And that was from Roberta's. We were being, you know, revered by the New York Times and fucking everyone. And still we had a fucking edge to us because we kind of, in a sense, didn't care what people thought about our appearance or how we looked, you know, fucking old wood, fucking in a shitty part of Bushwick. But we cared about the food. We put all the effort into into the food. It's almost like an amazing movie with like a low budget. It had a really good script, and if you have a really good script, which is the menu, you don't need all this flashy shit. And what's also great about it too is, and here's one thing that when I do my consulting, what I tell a lot of pizzerias is, you know, don't start off with too much money. Don't start off with a little bit of money, and when you make money, invest that money, because then you know where you need to put that money towards, you know? And also too, if you like create this kitchen where you box yourself in, you know, and you can't do much else, like, you know, knock down a wall or fucking whatever, then you're kind of fucked. And then you have all these investors. I saw you interview someone the other day where you asked them, like, should you have partners, you know? Don't have partners. Avoid having a single fucking partner. Have some investors. And even then, have your investors only like basically have 49% of your business. Always have 51% of your business, no matter what. You need to make the calls, because especially if you find a partner, oh, this guy's cool, you know, like, yeah, we get along. No, we both love pizza. Doesn't always last, man.
Yeah.
The second you have this idea of something you're passionate about, if they say no, when you're in a 50-50 partnership, no will always win no matter what. You can't make someone do something that doesn't want to do it. And that really, from like a creative perspective, it kills you, you know, and it's very frustrating. Damn, my arm's like numb from this shit. You guys should buy cheaper microphones.
These are thick boys. Well, just in case like it gets wild, we use them as weapons.
Yo, these are the Drakes, man.
These are Drizzy Drake, man. We got to start working out. That's what I realized after fucking holding this for 15 minutes. Man, I'm a weak bitch.
Oh, dude, my God. But yeah, man. And then just, you know, I'll say this. I still do projects for Roberta's. When I get back to New York, they have to make 32,000 frozen pizzas by the end of the month for an order. And I'm going to hop right in there and help them pull this order through. So, you know what I mean? It's just like, they're still, by the way, they're 10-inch pizzas. It's not like, you know, big pizzas, but they're still cranking it out, man. And I feel like that place will survive the apocalypse for where it is, for what they've done for a lot of people. And to get back to your question, like, yeah, man, you know, like I remember one of the first people to kind of take the Roberta's model and like really polish it up was Jelena in Venice. They're in Venice. And Jelena has good pizza, man. They have really good pizza. They have really good small plates. And they were one of the first to kind of create that similar model. And then you see it everywhere. Basically, seasonal wood-fire pizzas with small dishes.
Yeah, I can think of like still 5 or 6, just like in Silver Lake.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Oh my God. Yeah. And, you know, like and here's what a lot of people need to understand, you know, like everyone is, especially when, you know, you need to do something, you want to own a business, you want to own a pizzeria, you get inspiration from certain things, right? Like, oh man, but you need to watch out though. Is it a trend? Is it just trending right now? You know, are you going to be too late in the game? Because at first it was the wood fire pizza, you know, Neapolitan-ish, seasonal, yada, yada, yada. Then it kind of transitioned. That was going on for a long time. Then it went to fucking Detroit style. Holy shit. Everyone is doing Detroit style for a very long time.
I feel like that's still like a thing.
Oh,
we're still in the Detroit style.
Yes, we're still in the Detroit, but here's what's happening now. Now it's the New York styles coming back.
We're coming full circle.
Oh, it's well, I think, you know why? I think because you know, everyone's taste buds changed, and when the market's flooded with something, we kind of always go back to what we're more familiar with and what we like. And I think people will always like simple, crispy pizza. You know what I mean? So I think that's why it's coming full circle. Absolutely. 20 years from now, maybe my kid will tell me, Dad, I'm going to open up a wood fire seasonal pizzeria. And I'll be like, fucking don't do it.
No.
Raised you wrong.
Yeah, but it'll be like in the metaverse. I'm just gonna keep eating this lab-grown salmon.
Is that 20 years from now?
Yes, probably 15.
Fuck.
There will be. We're all just gonna be. Have you seen the movie WALL-E?
I have. Yes.
You know, when they go up
fat.
space and they're like drinking big gulps and shit, just sitting there in their fucking carts. That's gonna be us.
I'm cool with that. You know what? I'm done. Honestly, can I be honest? I kind of at this point, just like people are so shitty. I want two things to happen.
Oh
man.
my God.
I want either the aliens to take over or come down and be like, all right. Hey, here's the truth.
Let's get it together, boys.
Yeah, let's get it together.
Boys
you guys
and
are
girls.
fucking disgusting, you know, blah, blah, blah. Or just the robots take over. You know what I mean? I think they can do a better job.
Well, I think that the aliens are already here, and I think the robots
I
are
agree.
coming. So
Okay. Hey, are we going to get into this shit? Is this now the Rogan podcast? Fucking aliens are definitely 1000% here, man. And I'm not joking. I saw something when I was a kid. I saw this little like cigar shaped thing fucking shoot through the fucking sky right from really far away. And I'll never forget that.
was this in New Mexico?
This is in New Mexico, dude.
Definitely
You know, where
New
all
Mexico.
that shit
Yeah,
goes down, dude.
100%.
You know what I mean?
The
that,
donation
that
sites.
and meth.
Which is
New
also
Mexico.
maybe like invented by aliens
shit.
as well.
Wait, was I on meth that day as a kid? Oh, fuck. Well,
Could have been the drugs.
yeah, whatever.
Regardless, it was there.
And then, I had actually, sorry, I don't know if you guys want to put this in there, but I also, at a certain point when I was like a teenager, right, really into mushrooms, I took way too many mushrooms and then I took way too many bong rips. And I just remember like all my friends would go into like the high school basketball game and I was like, yo, I'll go with you. And then all of a sudden everything started flashing from regular to negative, like a negative print, like that. And it wouldn't stop. And I was like, I got to lay down. I fall asleep and I have this fucking vivid dream of aliens literally like looking at the universe like a petri dish and shrinking themselves down to like come visit us. And like, and like I never thought of that shit as a fucking teenager who was like into hip hop and shit.
No.
And it just fucking popped in my head. Did I like break through a wall?
Yeah,
dude?
that's 100% metaphysical experience. And that's what mushrooms are here for.
Don't do drugs, kids.
I'm getting right back into mushrooms. We're definitely cutting this out.
Well, I have another story for you that we might want to cut out. Actually, maybe you can actually bleep the name out. But I got a good story for you. Okay, this is actually
All right,
an
hit
amazing
me
story.
with it.
So during the pandemic, right? Like fucking. This is like right now. Weed in New York is everywhere. You can fucking go into a bodega and get 2 fucking pre-roll blunts and fucking some oil caps
Some
for your fucking
gummies,
vape,
whatever you
Yeah,
want.
anything you want now. But like in 2020, when everyone was locked in and bored. You had to call your fucking dealer and they were like busy. They can get to you next week and shit. So I had to find some alternative ways to get high, So here we go. My boy.
Shit.
Yeah, dude. Fucking
He's like, just ferment
old
some fucking.
old dog, He's the guy you call, he answers like on a fucking old school.
Dude,
He's
with
like
a cord.
smoking a cigarette like in a dark room, And he's like, hey man, what's up? When I talk to him, by the way, when I call him on the phone, we talk for like 40 fucking minutes,
Yeah.
Halfway through it, I'm like, I gotta go. But then the other half, I'm like the one talking. Anyways, so I asked him like, hey man.
Usually have a conversation works.
Yeah. So, but when you really want to get out of a conversation,
yeah.
are you trying to say you want to get out of this conversation already? Fuck you, dude. You are stuck in this hotel room. So I asked him like, okay, hey, me and my wife, we want some caps for our fucking pens, maybe some flowers and whatever. And he's like, hey, do you want me to throw some mushrooms in there for you?
Nice.
I said, yeah, throw in some mushrooms and then I'll pay you back. But how I said it made him think, throw in 1 pound of mushrooms and I'll pay you back. Right? So then he's like, okay, he goes, okay, I got you. So then the next day he's like, hey, send me that money or Venmo me that money. And I'm like, okay, cool. What do I owe you? He's like, just send me $1,000. And I was like, ha ha. And, kept it quiet. And then the next day he's like, hey man, I'm serious. Please send me that money. I'm like, okay, well, how much do you want? He was like, $1,000. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then my phone rings and he's like,
give me the fucking.
He goes, dude, I misread your text and you're going to be getting in about a pound of mushrooms tomorrow. I'm like, I'm getting in a pound of what are you talking about? He was like, I thought I misread it and I thought you meant this. Sure enough, the next fucking day, I open up my fucking, packages. giant freezer bags full of fucking mushrooms,
Man.
like prison time worth of mushrooms. And me, it's funny, right? Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
you know, and I take it out and I send a picture to my wife, like, look what we have. And she's like, get that the fuck out of our house. Are you an idiot? Get rid of that. So I have to call, I gotta send it back to you, dude. I'm sorry. He's like, what? He's like, you gotta send it back to me. So I had to send him back, a pound worth of mushrooms.
You didn't take any of those?
No, none at all.
None at all.
He got his full pound back.
Wow. It's just kind of crazy that he had those on hand.
That's what I told him. I was like, how can you just think I willy nilly ordered $1,000 worth of mushrooms from you, dude?
Well,
He was
why
like, well, it's like, I don't know. People sometimes want that many mushrooms. He was like, maybe you're making chocolate or something. I was like, dude.
What's he making, dude? You know what I'm saying? What's he making in the back?
By the
You know what I'm
way,
saying?
that dude though, his work ethic and just his, his mentality on pizza and his understanding, that
Yeah.
dude's like a sage advice motherfucker. He's been through it all. You know, it's almost like he went to war and now he's recovering kind of shit. But he's one of those dudes that other people need to realize, like, if you want to open here's another hot take. If you want to open a pizzeria that's like revered and loved, you need to be in there for a very long time, you know? And it might be one of those things where it's like, if you want to make the money you want to make, you have to be in there all the time for the life of that pizzeria, you know? Sometimes this is how it works. If your overhead's too much, if you're not as busy as you want it to be, you have to be in there all the fucking time. And when I do some of my consulting, that's what I not necessarily warn people about, but let them know. And then I give them kind of the tools to, like, you know, sometimes shit can't be fucking perfect. You know what I mean? Sometimes like I feel like Dan Ricker from Raza, that dude is like meticulous on every single thing he does. You know what I mean? He'll throw away batches if they're not fucking perfect. And me, I'm like, well, I didn't see anything wrong with that, you know? But sometimes, you need to let some shit slide, and you can't kind of helicopter manage every single thing. You really have to put trust into managers. And if you train them well with like love and caring and appreciation, and, give them like really constructual feedback, they will then care about the food that they're making. And then they'll be the ones that tell themselves in their head what's fucked up or whatever. And then they'll reach for that goal. And I guess that's really what Roberta has taught me. And this is from, the two owners, Chris Pericchini and Brandon Oy. They kind of taught me that, you know what I mean? Like, they gave me, when I was managing the pizza kitchen and when I was in charge of it, they were giving me basically free reign. Like, I controlled the pizza side of the menu, you know what I mean? And all eyes were on that place at the time, and it was fucking really intense. When, like I brought it before, like when the fucking Brooklyn Grange, which is a rooftop farm, they would come through with like boxes of like, bitter greens, like some random fucking bitter green, and like drop it on the fucking counter and be like, all right, hey, here's what we have from the farm. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Mustard greens? Like, I have never made a pizza with mustard greens. Like, what do I do? This is when I was still green. So I'd have to practice. And they had to sell and we had to use it. So giving me that kind of freedom and allowing me to kind of rule myself was, I think, probably the best thing to happen to me in this career that I'm in right now. So yeah, I think I take that, and meeting my wife at Roberta's are the two things I appreciate the most coming from there. Yeah.
Was she a pizza cook?
No, because that would be unethical for me to date a pizza cook. She was actually someone who just came in there.
Oh wow,
she was
a
friends.
customer, I guess.
Well, not.
So you're the,
that would also be unethical.
So you're the creepy,
Yeah,
you're the
totally.
creepy pizza guy.
Hey, what's your name? No. She, funny enough, she actually. This was like 60 pounds ago. Everyone, don't think I'm lying, but 60 pounds ago, I was pretty handsome, and she came in and she knew like the bartender.
Of course.
By the way, the bartender, who I'll get into later, but and then she was like, "Hey, that guy's cute." And also sitting at the bar was one of the owners or partners, who was one of the investors, who was the guy that I knew in Santa Fe, New Mexico. By the way, this guy used to sell weed for me in New Mexico. Actually, This is how I got into pizza in the fucking first place.
Marijuana sales.
Was marijuana sales. I'm not even joking. When I say weed, like the shittiest weed possible. Like the shit that came in fucking hard bricks and 20 layers of plastic wrap with axle grease wrapped between or smothered between each piece of plastic to, you know, wear off the dogs. Rip it open. You have to put the weed in the microwave to kind of fucking fluff it up.
Mm-hmm.
He was selling that for me, and then we went at it when he's found a new fucking weed dealer to sell better weed. So we had a real tough time. But then when I moved to New York, we became friends again, and he was the guy that like, hey, like, you want to work at Roberta? So that's what got me into there. What led me to everything that's happening today. Shitty weed. Thanks, shitty weed.
Yeah, don't say it doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah, kids.
There is no shitty weed. I think that's the moral of the story.
There
know
is,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
There is
totally.
no shitty weed.
There is always opportunity.
Just like pizza. All pizza is good pizza. And same thing with weed, as long as it gets you high.
Exactly. And as long as shitty pizza gets you full, it fucking did its job.
Yeah, that's right.
You might have some squirts, but hey, dude, what are you going to complain about it?
I think we just figured it out right there.
Fucking
Podcast over. Let's get into rye and oak.
Oh, oak and rye.
Oak and rye.
Okay, so yes. Okay, oak and rye. So let's actually go back
for
to
my dyslexia.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's one of those ampersand restaurants that you know, everyone was doing at a certain point. And you know, I fell victim to that shit too. I opened a wood fire seasonal small plate
yes
pizzeria with a restaurant name that had a fucking ampersand in it. You know what I mean? So I fell victim
in
to
Silicon Valley.
In Silicon Valley.
And you put pennies on the oven.
And there was penny. By the way, that was fucking dope. And here's the thing. You know how much money we had to open that fucking pizzeria? I think we had like $50,000 to open that fucking pizzeria.
It looks much more expensive than that.
Well, now it does because we slowly put money into it as we grew. That's why, like, everyone like listening to this, like, don't fucking sell out to get the crazy amount of money you think you need. All you need is refrigeration,
yes,
a fucking oven, and if your pizza speaks volumes, if you can really make a dank product that is undeniable to customers, they don't give a fuck where they sit. Mm-hmm. They don't give a fuck. Look at Chrissy's Pizza in New York. That dude abuses his customers.
Yeah.
He sells like 20 pizzas a day. And he's like viral right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's people in his fucking Instagram posts who are like, "What? I just want a pizza. Like, what kind of business model is this?" People are so entitled to his pizza. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But he's just doing his own thing. And you know what? He's going to create enough hype for himself by making delicious, beautiful pizza that when he does open his pizzeria, it's going to crush it.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to fucking kill it, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, no one should ever fucking sell out for this, like, you know, you might like go online, like, well, what do you need to open up? How much money do you need to open up a restaurant? Oh, you need like $350,000 to $750,000. Bullshit. Fucking bullshit. You need you know, sell some of your blood.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
100%.
Yeah,
maybe a little semen. You get a little
Dude,
bit more for that. You know what I'm saying?
Sell your semen. You know, I know a lot of pizza guys are probably just lonely jerks. Fucking jerk off into a cup, guys.
I think eggs, for the ladies listening out there, actually go for top
ladies,
dollar.
Sell your eggs.
Yeah.
Do whatever. And it would be a beautiful story to have on your menu.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, where you're the restaurant built by jizz, you know?
Jizz and eggs. That's how me and my wife are going to open up the next one. Or pay the rent.
Is that your Ampersand restaurant
name? Yeah,
that's
my Jizz and eggs.
Oh
That's
my
gonna
God.
be my bed and breakfast. Me and my wife, dude, just get the fuck out of here. Move to Big Bear and just jizz and eggs.
Have you been to Jizz and Eggs? It's fucking delicious. Naturally leavened. It's amazing.
The chickens are in the back. They get the fresh eggs. They were warm.
Are vegans allowed to eat like, you know, like people product? You know what I mean? Like there was a guy who sold his wife's breast milk cheese in New York. There was fucking lines around the block.
That's
you know, and this was pre like
him, man.
Yeah. But yeah, well, let's not get into that. That's just weird. This is when people are like, okay, swipe. The fuck am I watching?
That would not be vegan.
Yeah,
that would.
I can't watch this podcast at work. Unfollow. Oh man!
Put your headphones on, people.
Yeah, put your headphones.
Keep them on. Keep the AirPods in.
By the way, this mezcal was given to me last night by a good friend of mine.
Looks very nice.
Yes, Justin De Leon from Apollonia's
Here we
Pizza.
go. First name drop.
Okay. Let me say this. And this is
He's wearing an
the truth.
Apollonia sweatshirt right now.
I am wearing an Apollonia sweatshirt. Now here's the thing. I brought this up with a colleague in New York. Like, I really like his pizza, and the colleague was like, "It's pretty good, but I think you're giving him too much credit." And I was like, "No, it's fucking amazing."
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Maybe you're just saying that because like he's like la raza, And I'm like, I mean, it was joking. It's fine. I wasn't like, excuse me. He didn't actually say La Raza. He's like,
Because he's La Raza,
yeah.
homie.
But I'll say this. No joke. I had a lot of pizza. And if you're in the pizza world, you know me. And if you're a friend of mine and a colleague, if I have something that I think could be better, I'll fucking throw in my, unasked for input, And I have a lot of problems with Justin and his service. But I'll say this, his fucking pizza blows my goddamn mind, man.
Yeah.
And it's shit that like haunts my dreams, how fucking good it is. Everyone should go and have that vodka round pie slice.
Mm-hmm.
It's unreal. It's just unreal. Anyways, all right, sorry.
Well, that's good promotions considering they definitely don't need it. They have a line out of their door every day.
Let's get into this. And because, he is my boy. He is my boy. But when people have lines, that doesn't always mean that they're busy. That could also mean they're slow as fuck at service.
Well, I've been, and Justin and his team seem to move at the pace they like to.
Yeah,
which I respect.
And you know what? Here's the thing. I've actually helped him out. Stress-free, man. Fucking stress-free environment, dude. Everyone's fucking doing their thing, and I also envy that. Like you have no idea.
Yeah,
like you have no fucking idea. And I'll say this, that will make him, he's in his restaurant all the fucking time, busting ass, fucking making sure his product's dope. And it is. And he can do that. And me, I'm like, dude, how do you fucking do this like all the fucking time? Working fucking 16-hour days sometimes. Like you're always in the kitchen, you're always on the oven. If your shit's stress-free, you can do that marathon, man. If you're fucking, let's go, fucking, all that shit, like, stressing out, fucking, then at the end, sorry everyone, like, dude, pretty heated, leave it at the oven, let's go have drinks. That toxic shit needs to fucking go, man.
Yeah.
I was raised in that. I fucking learned that. I did that to other people, and I fucking regret that like you have no idea. I was that stress case in kitchens that stressed other people out, and it's not good. It's not healthy for anyone.
Yeah.
And it gets to the point where, like, you have a turnover in your fucking kitchens, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we can only charge people so much for pizza, right? Mm-hmm. We should be charging people a lot more for pizza from the fucking passion that comes into it.
Some pizza,
sure. So, exactly, some pizza. But think about this. People are getting like, let's say a 20-inch fucking New York style pie, right?
Yeah. That
is a giant disc of fucking cheese and ingredients that can feed a family of 4.
Uh-huh.
If that shit's over $30, people are like, that's a lot for a pizza.
Yeah.
But it's like, motherfuckers, this feeds a family of 4. Like, what? That's less than $10 a person for like dope shit with dope ingredients.
Yeah.
So there's this like thing where people don't want to pay a certain amount. So we can't pay people a certain amount that we should be paying people. And it's kind of this fucked up like cycle, and it sucks. And it gets to a certain point where like, the shitty pizzerias and that idea in our mind of fucking $8.99 hot and ready's in our head needs to fucking go. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And if people can't appreciate the hard work and the shit that you're doing for the price of your pizza, fuck them. Because if you are confident in your pizza and your pizza's dank, fuck them. The true believers, they will come.
Yeah.
Anyways, can I go back to Oak and Rye?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Cool.
But shout out Justin.
Yeah, shout out Justin, man. So Oak and Rye, man. Basically, I was at Roberta's until fucking opening to 2013. I was trying to open up a restaurant upstate. That shit got put on hold because of like plumbing issues, and we needed like $50,000 worth of new like septic bullshit. So I was like, fuck. So that was on hold for a year. And then I had an opportunity. My wife's mother had this little restaurant in sunny Los Gatos, California. And she had it for 8 years and, was never making money, but it was like popular with like the, the locals and stuff. But she was over it. She was done. So she was selling it for a certain price in the market. And we did this agreement where, okay, we'll buy it for that price you have it on the market, but we'll get actually the loan from the mom and then we'll pay them back, right? So we paid it exactly. So a lot of people were like, oh, dude, you know, your mother-in-law bought you a restaurant. I was like, no, I fucking paid my mother-in-law a lot of money for the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I just got the loan from her, which was really fucking dope. I mean, when I say they didn't just have it in the bank, like they put a lien on their fucking house for it, dude. You know, like it was like a serious thing.
That's what people do. That's what family does.
Yeah.
You know?
And,
like
and
people get all mad about that. Like, oh, it's like, yo, I took a risk.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
This is like, this is my wife's mom. Like,
yeah,
she already
dude.
doesn't like me.
Sorry, I have people that love me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm loved.
Yeah.
So we got that. We started it up. Like I said, very little money. You know what I mean? And then, you know, every month paying them back. And then it got to the point where here I am in Los Gatos, California. I have a restaurant that has 4 years of Michelin recommendations. You know what I mean? And for a little tiny pizzeria in a fucking like mountain town in Silicon Valley to be recognized by, you know, Michelin was fucking dope. We were crushing it. We were busy. We were popular, all that kind of stuff. And in the end, I just didn't like the fucking people I was feeding. There were some other things that the reason I left, but in the end, I wasn't happy for years because you have to like the people you feed too.
Yeah.
When you bust your ass and when you're like fucking putting blood, sweat, and tears into the food you make, if you have unappreciative people that you just hate looking at, you know what I mean? Just like entitled Silicon Valley scumbags, you know, you're like, why am I doing this? I moved to Santa Cruz, so I drive over the mountain every day because Santa Cruz, there was still like, you know, there was some like, you know, surfer culture, a little more mellow, you know, there's the beach and shit like that. But I just got kind of sick of it. And then it got to a point where me and the other partners, by the way, the owners of this restaurant, here's another thing, everyone. You know, I said, don't open up with partners. Don't do that. And especially don't open up with partners who are your fucking family, because that's even more stupid. And that's what I did. I opened up with my wife, her brother, and her brother's wife. So it was two couples, and then there was two siblings in there. And we just didn't see eye to eye on a lot of shit, man. Ooh. You know, it was bad a lot of the times, but you know, here's the thing. It's like, it was bad a lot of the times. And then, you know, it's like, hey, so we're all going to mom's for dinner. And we're like, yeah. Like, and that's the other thing. I couldn't escape them ever. Yeah. I was always around them. You know what I mean? Which sounds like, well, that's your family. It's like, no, dude, you fucking need personal time too. You need to be away from your partners and away from certain people if you're around them all day. So it got to the point where, you know, it hit ahead and, you know, we agreed like, hey, this is a successful restaurant. There's no need to shut it down. Me and Dana, we want to move back to New York, you know, and we want you guys to buy us out. They were down for it. They bought us out at a really good price. We moved to New York, moved back, and things have been fucking dope since.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is pizza better on the East Coast or the West Coast?
Ooh, damn, dude, you're gonna make me answer this shit. I'll say this, man.
Just because I don't talk to a lot of people that have worked on both coasts. It's
Well,
kind
you know,
of doing
by the
similar
way, you know what's funny is that I'll say this. Who makes like growing up, food from your mom was always good, right? Because your mom loves you.
I don't know.
But your mom also like, you know, she's also like, I feel like real with you. I feel like this. I feel like New York, like they make the best pizza only because it's filled with love and spite.
Yes,
I do. In New York or in LA, it's all just love and fucking sunshine and palm trees and friendly interactions and positivity and shit. Fuck that. That can only get you so far, LA.
Yeah.
Okay? You need a little bit of fucking grime and dirt and fucking spite in your pizza to make it real. I'm sorry, but I truly think that. And by the way, the whole water thing, it's the water. Well, water is obviously important, but New York water isn't the fucking key to it all. No, it's not. Just like how, you know, it's very easy for us to get you know, Italian products from, you know, over the ocean. We're closer. We have a lot of Italians there. A lot of like things are passed down. It's kind of the same like here with like Mexican food in Los Angeles. You know what I mean? Like we can't get a lot of shit you guys get here over there. It's why Mexican food in New York is fucking horrible. It's all horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, and here's the thing. Well, who's making it? Well, Mexicans are making it. Like, well, why is it so horrible? It's because they can't get good shit. They can't, you know? And maybe it's New York water. Maybe New York water makes shitty Mexican food. Has anyone ever thought of that?
Wow.
Yeah, that
would be a funny ass thing to turn around.
That precious water. Yeah, maybe it's fucking up Mexican food. Have you ever thought of that, people?
No bad, no good Mexican food because it's the New York water. It's the pizza that it works with. It only works with pizza.
How many sound bites are we on right now? We on some. Yeah, we got some good. Okay, cool.
I was thinking last night, like, man, my pizza is so fucking good. Like, what?
Your pizza looks amazing.
Well, I really appreciate you as a friend, like coming to California so many times and always stopping in. So that's awesome.
Okay, listen.
Hold on, let me finish my soundbite. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, what is that thing that tastes so good? And I think I just realized, like, my pizza is some of the best because of how much spite I have. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of love and sunshine and palm trees, but I am getting spiteful. I've been in the game for a long time.
Thank you.
And that I just a bubble popped.
Yeah,
and I was like, when you were talking,
I'm telling you, man, we gotta be real. And yes, we're gonna fucking, be nice and loving and kind to our staff.
Yes.
But sometimes you need to grab a staff member and be like, hey, dude, I really need to make you take this seriously, please. Or maybe you need to take him in the back and fucking tell him, like, hey, dude, you kind of fucked up today, man. Like, I love you, but bro, fucking get real. Not like, hey, George, can you sit down and can we have a little talk? They'll be like, yeah, okay. They won't take you seriously.
Yeah.
Your fucking pizza has to take you seriously, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's a t-shirt.
That's a soundbite.
Yeah, your pizza has to take. Yeah, you want to let's come to Angelo's Pizza School, where your pizza will take you seriously. So you go home, and what was there a plan after you sold the restaurant, like, or sold your shares in the restaurant? Were you thinking, like, what? How did you get into pizza consulting?
How I got into pizza consulting? So it was like this. So yeah, sold my place in Silicon Valley, moved back to New York. I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do, but I had this name I've been using for a very long time, Rad Times Pizza. And by the way, if anyone is asking, like, what the fuck's Rad Times Pizza? Oh, what the fuck is this shit? He doesn't even post pizza. Like, why is he telling me about pizza? He has 4,000 followers. Like, he doesn't post anything he does. No, I don't. I don't like posting pizza. Mm-hmm. I hate that personally. By the way, I'll talk about this later, but what I don't like doing as a consultant is doing the whole song and dance in front of my clients, right? I don't want it to be Angelo's Pizza at this place. Oh yeah, it's Angelo's Pizza at this place. No, it's my client's fucking pizza. It's the head chef's pizza. I'm there behind the scenes, which I think personally most consultants should be. I think kind of taking the credit away from like the people who are going to basically have the ball after you give it to them is much needed. You need to give them the ball, be behind the scenes, watch them. When I do consulting, I stay on for anywhere from 6 months to a year, just watching social media, watching their numbers. If a pie looks like shit, I'll send it to them and I'll just ask them a question like, hey, so let me ask you what's wrong with this fucking, what's wrong with this pizza? Mm-hmm. And, see if they say, well, I don't know. Or say, sorry, it's like definitely like a overproof dough or something like that. But anyways, to get back, sorry, this shit fucking hit me right away.
Good.
To get back into like, when I moved back to New York, I didn't know what I was going to do. I did some kind of pop-ups under Rad Times Pizza. We did some cool shit. And then kind of, I broke away from my partners. I just realized, here I'm doing the same thing again, man. I didn't learn my lessons. I need to do shit solo. And when I started doing shit solo was when I started getting the most opportunity. All right, wait, let's pause real quick, dude. I'm sorry, bro. I gotta sock check you, dude. What's up? Sock check, fool. Let's see.
Higher the sock, the downer the fool.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, damn it, dude.
You got the bombas, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, come on.
Fucking.
My socks are way higher than
He's
yours.
way more down than fucking me. God fucking damn it.
LA,
dude.
This is Cali, bro. Why do people on the East Coast always say Cali? No one fucking out here calls it Cali. It's like, dude, what's going on? All my wife's people that live in New Jersey. Hey, how's Cali, bro?
No one says it out here?
No one
I lived
calls
here. I
it
didn't
Cali.
know that. Maybe people in fucking Santa Cruz call it Cali. I don't know. But I've learned recently. I didn't do it, but when you're in Atlanta, don't say hot Atlanta. They fucking hate that.
That's not a thing?
Oh, it's not a thing, and they fucking hate it. So, anyways, wait, where was I in the story?
Talking about consulting.
Oh yeah. So basically, when I was finally like doing shit on my own, was when things really hit the fan. I could like really, I didn't have to agree with other people to do something. Well, besides my wife,
Yeah.
like, babe, I'm gonna leave town for 40 days and consult. She's like, this is awesome. I love your job so much. I'll take care of both of our kids and run my bar at the same time. Yeah. Thank you,
Sounds
Angelo.
fun.
Oh, it's rough sometimes.
Especially when the kids are like 2 and 3.
Yeah, dude. And it's cool though, because all babysitting comes out of Rad Times Inc. bank account. So,
Wonderful.
as long as I'm paying for that, shit. So basically, my first real consulting, mind you, I've done consulting since 2010 when I did consulting upstate New York. And then when I owned my own restaurant, I would do everything from consulting to helping people, have ovens in their backyard and which oven to get and how to place and all that stuff. I consulted for Zoom Pizza. Did you hear about that shit?
Mm-hmm.
They went under, so my NDA is kaput, so I can talk shit, I think. But it was basically, Silicon Valley trying to disrupt pizza. And I'll say this, I met a lot of good people on that project. I didn't do
that was where like they cooked the pizza on the way to your house.
Cooked en route. And
yeah.
And yet only a tech-minded motherfucker would think of something like that, how easy it is to basically, you just cook a pizza half of the way, spit it in these machines that are driving around, and then they're in these ovens that basically, okay, so it's crazy. So basically these robots make pizza, and then these like fucking robotic, like, the arms that fucking make cars and commercials and shit, those load the pizzas into this like big giant box with 30 like VCR sized ovens, right? Yeah. And every oven, little VCR sized ovens, has a conveyor belt in it. So it loads these, and then you basically load the frame into a truck, right? And then the truck's driving around, like an asshole. And then basically if it's in your neighborhood and you're like, oh, I want a pepperoni pizza from Zoom. It's like, oh, there's a truck 5 minutes away from you. And I guess they thought their clients or their customers would be like, oh, thank God I needed a pizza in 5 minutes. I needed a pizza now. So like, what the fuck? So the truck would drive to them, and the computer system would know when the truck was 4 minutes away, and then basically turn this oven on from cold, slowly get to warm. And what does that do to bread? When you put bread into something that's cold and then slowly make it warm, it makes it fucking super tough and chewy. And then that thing would spit out in a box. We'd have this fucking arm that was like a microsonic arm or a cutting mechanism that didn't get like ingredients on it. It like buzzed like microsonic, so like nothing would actually touch it. It was fucking sick, dude. And then, deliver. But here's the thing. Like, I went in there. They had another chef who's a fucking, just one of the coolest fucking dudes ever. Shout out Knuckles, who is a genius pizza maker. This dude, by the way, his name's Knuckles because he used to be in hardcore bands, and he used to beat the fuck out of fucking skinheads at shows. And they called him Knuckles because of that. He started making pizza at Roberta's, and then he had the job opportunity in the Silicon Valley, and he got that job there. And now he owns other shit. But, he needed some help just on having ideas. So I went in there, and we made really good pizza together. And the fucking tech nerds didn't care about the process. They just wanted shit fast. They somehow wanted crispy pizza to be made out of a fucking 850 degree oven.
Well, it seems like they probably only cared about the tech.
That's it. They cared about the tech, and the tech fucking, and people don't care about the tech if the fucking, food sucks. You know what I mean? Like, cool, I got a pizza in 5 minutes, but it sucks. You know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it. So that place somehow got like $500 million in like SoftBank funds. And then like months later, it just fucking went away, dude. Typical Silicon Valley shit, man. You know what I mean? And by the way, it's funny. The dude's name was Alex as well. The main CEO guy, right? So at a certain point at Zoom, they wanted me on board, right? Like, we want to hire you to be here, like as like a position. And when you get that offer from fucking a Silicon Valley, you're like, it's like the sky opens and a beam like lifts you up, and you're like, goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, the second time you've seen aliens.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And it's the same thing, by the way. There was people in the Silicon Valley who owned restaurants who would like shut down their restaurant or sell it to someone because they got a a gig at Google, like in their cafe. I've seen it happen. They're like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm gonna go work for Google, make fucking salads and bullshit sandwiches
Sounds
and
tight.
get dope pay and fucking all these benefits and shit like that. So, anyways,
If I had to use a like Google Pixel phone, it wouldn't be for me.
dude, yeah.
Yo, you got
Dude,
anything on
do
Apple?
you actually have a Google Pixel phone?
No,
Oh,
dude.
Thank God, I was about to leave this shit.
Yeah.
So here's this Zoom pizza guy. He's having the talk with me, and he's doing the whole Silicon Valley thing. Like, let's take a walk outside. Let's walk around the block. And I'm like, okay, sure. So we're walking around, and he's trying to convince me like why it would benefit me leaving the restaurant I owned to work for him. And I'm hearing him out. Okay, In the middle of our conversation, I'm talking to him, and he's looking at me like, and he just fucking lays out this big loud fart in the middle of me talking. He's like, listen to me, and he just goes, and I'm like talking, I'm like, and this and that and this and that, and I'm like, the fuck was that?
Was that a power move?
Total power move. Or like, yeah, he power farted me, man. So it's funny because that was kind of
fucking Silicon Valley guys,
dude.
Weird, dude.
Totally, yeah. So, Mike Judge, I hope you're hearing this out for the next season of Silicon Valley. But
the
no,
show is over.
Oh yeah, everyone on that show's canceled, I think. So he did that, and then it was like whatever. Continued the conversation, didn't bring it up, and then just driving home, I was just like I couldn't stop thinking about that fart. And like almost like it was a sign, like as if God gave him this uncontrollable fart to like let me know to not sign up for this shit.
Yeah.
And sure enough, what happened? That place fucking tanked, man.
Because you probably didn't come on. It wouldn't have. Had you fucking.
No, I'll say this. The head dude, Knuckles, he was a fucking badass, like solid pizza maker. He knew what was up. It was just the techie guys that were like,
Well, the idea is pretty dumb.
Yeah,
it's maybe a little too ahead of its time. Like try it when we're like ordering pizza from the metaverse with our goggles on and shit in 15 years. Yeah. Oh, there's a pizza 5 minutes away. I don't have to get up out of my fucking cart because I'm 500 pounds. That sounds perfect,
right?
Yeah,
oh, dude, it's happening. Wally's happening, dude. But I don't know where we're all headed. But I'll say this: understand when you open up a pizzeria, it's going to be very hard. And you need to understand if you have a family, if you have friends, if you have this and that, you got to dedicate your first fucking 2-3 years to getting this shit off the ground. And you got to come with it if you at some point want to leave that fucking restaurant. You know what I mean? At some point, you got to fucking come with it. That's why was so happy to hear you're like, no, man, I'm not working today, dude. I'm like, you're not working on a Saturday? You're like, no.
Yeah.
I don't need to. I got a crew that does that.
Fucking congratulations.
Great crew. Yeah. Good for you, dude.
Well, I'm still not making any money, but I mean, it functions.
I mean, how many pizzerias have you opened? And here's also the genius thing about you too, is like, you're adapting, you see what you have to change and you're changing it.
Yeah.
And you're getting some pushback, but fucking, so what? Goodness will come.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I was doing other consulting. And then when I moved back to New York, my first big consulting job was with, Elefante. Have you heard of Elefante here in LA?
Mm-hmm.
So here I am needing to go back to fucking California. So I'll say this, man. I create pizza programs based on how I know the kitchen is set up, how I know customer expectations, and in the end, the bottom line. You know what I mean? Am I going to give this super complex pizza recipe to a place that has 40 items in their menu, but only 5 of them are pizza? Am I going to give them something that fucking they have to hire a team of people to fucking watch and fucking care about? No, they're going to have high turnover with employees. They're going to have something that they basically kind of need anyone in the kitchen to like do. Mm-hmm. So, I create a recipe for that. You know what I mean? And by the way, Elefante has fantastic fucking pizza. Mm-hmm. No one fucking complains about the pizza there. It's fantastic. But, I might have some some colleague friends who go in there like, yeah, the pizza's okay, Angelo. But, it's like nothing like this place and this. It was nothing like Jelena. And I'm just like, motherfucker, like the fuck? Jelena's like a pizzeria.
Yeah.
This is like a fine restaurant on a rooftop.
Yeah.
That they made. I don't know if I can talk about this, but I don't care. They're not my client anymore. In a week, they did $500K in a week up there. Yeah. So
Half a milli.
Yeah, dude, in a week.
Yeah.
3 fucking bars,
That's
expensive
insane.
food,
Yeah.
fucking, I think it's like a 250 seat restaurant. Like, yeah, they're killing it,
That's tight.
you know? So good for them.
Probably
do you think
still not
they
making
care
any
that their
money.
pizza isn't top fucking 10 in New York or in Los Angeles? Nope.
No.
You know? So, you know, and then I have other clients, for example, like, actually I have a partnership with Glide in Atlanta, Glide Pizza. And, you know, we're on opening our 3rd location, and the pizza is fucking dope. The pizza is amazing. It's New York style pizza. You know, once again, we're a fucking hole in the wall, opened up with very little money. And, you know, it's killing it, man. Super, super fucking popular out there. We keep opening more, and I'm super proud of the team and my partner Rob out there. Yeah.
You helped with Mama's Boy too, right?
I helped with Mama's Boy in Oakland. And once again, man, you know, just like cool fucking dudes who really understand. And by the way, all these places you're mentioning, like, I don't parade them like on social media or really anywhere, because that's their shit, you know, that's their restaurant that they should be proud of. You know what I mean? And good for fucking them, you know?
Well, I think when you talk about like a consultant, like the consultant shouldn't be the most famous thing coming in the restaurant. Like you're there to help.
Exactly.
And like, I think you already explained it really well. I've talked about like a consultant being kind of like a shaman, because like opening up a restaurant and dealing in a kitchen is kind of like an ayahuasca trip, because like you fucking want to shit your pants and throw up at the same time. But like,
absolutely,
you like taking that back seat, but like kind of, you know, being like, all right, this is how you drive the car.
Yeah.
Now like take the wheel.
And you know, when I train people, I'm also giving, like, as I'm training people, I'm also giving them what do you call it? Like troubleshooting as I train them. You know what I mean? So be aware when this happens, and this happens. And really what it's about is leaving people with the Google documents of like detailed everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes chefs look at my recipes and they're like, this is really overly wordy. You know what I mean? And like, just give me the fucking basics and the measurements, and that's all I need. And I'm like, I make this shit wordy for when you have to train someone and you don't have time to fucking.
Yeah, or you leave, or like, like anyone can do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or where it's like, you know, something's up with the pizza. Sometimes, you know, throughout the year, if I'm on for a year with someone, I'll head back on a trip and, you know, I'll see the pizza like, something's up here, you know, and I'll open that fucking recipe book and I'll go over it with the head chef or owners, and step by step. And they're like, oh, we haven't been doing that.
Yeah. We've never put ice in the water.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
exactly. Or, oh, we've been blooming our, you know, yeast with just cold water, not fucking 90 to 100 degree water. It's like, well, fucking, there you go.
Yeah.
Little things like that, man, really matter in the end for, you know, I feel like pizza is kind of like when you have it and it's fucking good, or even when you make it and it's really good, you chase that dragon, you know what I mean? And anything less than that, you fucking beat yourself up over, or you're trying to like in your head, like think, what did I do different? What did I do wrong? What can I do better? And you see a lot of bakers, like even old school bakers still have that. They're always in there, and a lot of bakers have theories instead of like actual science. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of science in baking in terms of written down, documented science. There's not. And a lot of it is theory and you know, really what it comes down to is, you know, how's the treatment in your water, the cycle of your town, how's you know, the flour you use, you know, how's that crop that year. To make your shit truly consistent, you would need to know all of that shit in a consistent manner, and it's fucking impossible. So that's when you kind of just have to use like theory and all that in your pizza making, you know?
Yeah. With all of your consulting gigs, has it mainly been like word of mouth, or like how do you, like, you don't like just go to radtimes.com and be like, I will hire Angelo, because like you're gonna look at Rad Times and be like, I'm staying away from that guy.
Absolutely. No, you're right. Like, God, who is this guy? Like, I don't think we want to hire him. I don't think he's liked in the pizza industry. Like, holy shit.
Does anyone like this guy?
Yeah, what the fuck? Why is he picking on that old man, Paulie G?
Oh my God, I'm trying to stay away from him.
Yeah.
Ooh, we want the vegan meats. We want the vegan cheeses. Are people coming up to you and asking you, do you have vegan options? Do you have vegan meats? Well, Guess what? A lot of them are not that good, but there is one that reigns superior, and that is Beehive. Everything that they make at Beehive is levels ahead of what you can get in a grocery store. Their pepperoni, their crumbled sausage, their cheeses, there is no contest. And the owner is one of the coolest people I have ever met. They make incredible products that go on your pizza, and it is dope plant food. That's what they call it, and that's what it is. Beehive, the best. Look no further. It's Beehive, baby. Straight out of Nashville, good people, great product. Check them out.
Yeah, all of my consulting, all of my income that I make, that I'm happy with, very happy with right now, is all from word of mouth. It's from being good with people. It's from being good with people I work with, to just people who know me, and they'll recommend me. I don't even have a fucking website that promotes my shit. My website has t-shirts, and that makes me happy. I'm not saying that's bad. Like, if you have a website that promotes your business, you're selling out. I'm not trying to be that asshole. I guess I'm just trying to be like, this is what I'm doing, as, in a sense, almost like an art form, which sounds kind of fucking corny and pretentious, but like, this is a passion of mine.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like when I get too polished with it, it's not that anymore.
Yeah.
So, mind you, like, part of the art form is leaving people with a very good structured restaurant and a very good understanding. And a really good consultant should leave their pizzeria in a really good standing where they don't need them anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're good. If they want to like grow and build, like what I've had with a couple clients is, when they want to grow and build, they might want to have me on either consulting more or just on as a partner,
Yeah.
Like, hey, we want to grow with you. Like, dude, we think it's important to fucking have you watch all of our locations, and it's worth to have you on as a percentage of our, holding company. Or
Yeah.
So yeah. But it's like all word of mouth. This year I have a really big project that I can't talk about, but it's fucking awesome. Yeah.
What do you think about, there's a lot of these New York shops that are kind of like infiltrating Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of it, because I feel like it's kind of gimmicky, and it's like, yo,
Yeah.
like, just stay over there. But like, Scars is coming out here. I know you're a big Scars fan, but like, it's never going to be the same Scars. It's like when Prince Street came out here, it's like a different restaurant.
I'll say this: when Prince Street expanded, I think they sold their souls, in terms of like, they sold themselves to a different company that just had a ton of capital that opened them up everywhere at the same time.
Yeah.
So, usually when that happens, they scale down, they cut corners, they do all this shit, right? I'll tell you right now, with Scars, I don't think that'll happen. There's no fucking way that'll happen. He truly cares about his craft. He's one of those owners that, he is always at his shop, first off, but he's always at his shop, like chilling, like it's his fucking living room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've also seen him fucking have to hop in there and show his staff what's up when it comes to making a fucking dope pizza.
Yeah.
A lot of owners can't do that shit. Scar, though, that dude is a monster when it comes to just like, he knows what his pizza should be. And he's also a fucking pizza snob.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't like a lot of pizza. You know what I mean?
Well, I just find it like kind of like wild that like the LA pizza scene is very saturated now. Like, the incredible amount of great pizzas come out, like the boom of 2020 and like everything that's happened. But then like for like some cats to come over and be like, you know what LA needs?
Oh, no.
Some fucking good pizza.
Well, that's the thing. I really feel like, LA loves hype.
100%.
They love hype.
Does New York love hype?
Not
LA
really.
like
No, they
loves hype.
New York loves hype to a certain point. With pizza, though, they will fucking chew you up and spit you out if it's not fucking coming with it, man.
Yeah.
Sizzle Pie from fucking Oregon opened up there. Sizzle Pie, dope fucking shirts, like fucking young kids.
I didn't know they opened up in New York.
Oh, yeah.
They got handed their shit handed
they
to
got
them?
their shit handed.
Oh.
They left with their fucking tail between their legs, and they fucking
Yikes.
bounced, dude. Here's the thing. Cool guys, I'm sure. I don't know. But New York was not having their shit at all. So with pizza, you don't fuck around in New York. You know what I mean? You don't. You'll be put to the test because everyone in New York has their fucking favorite slice. Yeah, in New York, you'll be put to the test, and this isn't me bragging. This is me kind of like, yeah, they're all a bunch of assholes.
Well, I'm telling you, I guarantee you, like everyone in LA is gonna be like, "Oh my God, there's a Scars here."
Absolutely.
Oh my
And
God,
here's
there's
the
gonna be a line out the goddamn building.
Oh,
It
yeah.
didn't even, it wouldn't even have to taste good.
Oh,
It'd just
yeah.
be like everyone says you got to go to Scars. Now I
Oh,
can
yeah.
go to Scars. It's on
Exactly.
Melrose. Oh my God. Have you been to Scars? Have you been to Scars? They mill their own flour in the basement.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
yo,
dude.
dude, this is Pee Wee Herman. There ain't no fucking basement in the Alamo, dude. And he ain't milling his flour anymore. That was some fucking gimmick back then. It is now.
By the way, no, it's really funny how, here's the thing. Scar he didn't mill all of his flour. Maybe he did at one point, but then it got to a small percentage and that adds a certain thing to it. And Scar sifted his freshly milled flour though. He's sifted all the, what do you call it? Like the husk and all that stuff out of there. So a lot of people saw that and then were like, oh, I'm going to add like 5% whole wheat. When you add 5% whole wheat to your fucking pizza dough, your pizza tastes like some hippie ass fucking, I'm sorry if you use that.
I use 15%, but he wouldn't know that because he's never had my pizza.
I'm sorry.
That's just more spite.
I'm sorry. Wait, I've
right.
seen your pizza and I've dissected your pizza. It doesn't look like it though.
15%.
You must use some
whole grain.
So can you taste the whole grain though? When you're
I think you get enough. You get like the brown. You get a little of that bran.
Okay, maybe the shit that I've had, it's too like it tastes like whole wheat bread, which I don't want when I'm eating pizza.
Yeah.
I don't want that. But I think with this is me, as a Scars fan.
Yes,
he also comes with like a style, and here's the thing for all like the new pizza makers out there, like, dude, you don't have to fucking sell your ass on social media to fucking make people like your shit or to get your shit out there. That dude never posts. He doesn't ever do shit on social media. He just makes a great product and has a dope pizzeria that
I know. And when he does do shit though, it's sick though.
It's sick.
Yeah, like I listened to him on a podcast, like Talking Fits or something.
Oh yeah.
And it was just like, yo, this guy's cool,
dude. And here's a motherfucker who designed a shoe.
Yeah,
that is now selling for $220,000 on Christie's. Like, what? That's a fucking.
You're talking about the Mike's Hot Honey shoe, right?
Oh, I have those on ice, dude. I'm gonna save those for later. Hand it over to my child.
Nice.
Here, son, buy a house.
Yeah.
Better, Mike. If you don't, I'm coming for you. Yeah, man. And also too, he has like a celebrity following too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of celebrities go there. He doesn't take pictures of them. Doesn't put the fucking pictures on the wall. Doesn't post pictures of them and them.
Yeah.
So he keeps it cool. So like, there's different levels of like promoting your restaurant. You know what I mean? And I feel like I love restaurant pages that are entertaining. So let me now blow you off. I fucking love your Instagram page more than anything. I think the reason I'm still on Instagram is because of Hot Tongue Pizza.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
Your effort and your humor and your spitefulness fucking shows, and it's amazing. And it's humorous. There's only to a certain point, like that clickbait of like a cheese pool or whatever. Like, sure, you might get fucking people like, oh, I'm hungry, but then then truly, like, what do people like actually like watch and entertain by? It's actual effort and videos that like yours, and I see the effort and I fucking appreciate the effort.
I appreciate that, and there is a lot of effort and a lot of spiteful messages, and I think there's a lot of stuff people don't even pick up on. But
oh yeah, no, it's heady, bro.
You say this all the time, and I've heard you say this, and you said it already that like pizza is supposed to be fun.
Yeah,
and I feel like when it gets too serious or people take it like I take it very serious, but at the same time, like I know it's not serious, and if I get so serious about like my dough, like I gotta like smack myself and be like, dude, you're making pizza, like have fun, fucking chill out, like you don't need to temp every single thing in the restaurant, like relax. And like those reels and like that aspect of connecting with like your staff and like the team, like that's all what it's about.
It's kind of you're absolutely right. It's kind of like, it's almost like, your restaurant is almost in a sense like you're throwing a party. And when you throw a party, you kind of want everyone to have fun. You don't want to have the friends that are like, hey, I need you to be, running the keg for the whole night, and that meaning that's your staff, you want your staff to have fun too. You know what I mean? You want them to be, in on the party and just like the vibe and the fun, but you have to control that. You know what I mean? And there's always that one fucking person at the party that fucking goes too far and fucks something up, and then all right, the fucking cops get called and whatever. And in a restaurant's case, that person who, that employee you're really cool with, dude, sorry I'm late again, and you're like, come on, bro, like, why are you doing this to me, kind of shit, or or they cut corners like with recipes or shit that they know they're not supposed to because, oh, dude, it's just me, dude, relax, kind of shit. So you have to make it to where you have to inspire them to care. And that's the fucking hardest part, man. That's the hardest part. But you know what I had to do recently, dude? This is kind of like therapy, everyone, because this is the truth. I had a client and it was tough. And I was just like, okay, bring in the screens. I'm sorry. Everyone who's
we have some guests that have screened. I've always kept my mouth shut, but
well, we all screen when it comes to if the oven deck is too hot, you got to throw a screen in there.
But we're talking about screening.
Like they launch on a screen. They launch on a screen. By the way,
respect though.
By the way, oh dude, hey, I'll say this, dude, when you launch a pizza in an oven on a screen and you don't have to do the fucking shake and your joints are all fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, like wow. Like this is easy.
Like it doesn't fold up like at the launch. It's like, fuck, I put too much mushrooms on. God, try to, oh no, my arm.
And then refire, and then all the tickets are fucked up after that. So, and then in the end, like the bottom's a little different, sure, but it still gets color.
Yeah.
And but it just has that screen mark. And at a certain point, here I am, with this client, I'm just like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
The pizza makers don't give a fuck. The customers don't give a fuck. The pizza's dope. Would this fly in New York City? No, it'd be laughed at and thrown out and shamed and depantsed and flogged in the streets for having a fucking screen marked bottom. But here, doesn't fucking matter. And the people are going to love this shit. So I don't give a fuck. So this is official. Rad Times Pizza is a screen fan. Fuck you.
Screen 1, 2, 3, and 4, all great movies.
No, screens.
Yeah, that's what I said. Screen 1, 2.
Okay.
I was trying to make a joke.
Have you ever had the Screen remake? It's okay. It's okay.
A Screen remake?
Yeah. Sorry, I thought we were talking about Scream movies. Never mind.
We're talking about the Screen remake, like the Screen rebake.
Oh, damn! I fucking missed that one. God, see, that's why.
That's like my pretentious self being like, man, is that even cooking pizza, man? If you're fucking
no, it is. Trust me,
it is. You know what I mean? Like the older, every year I get a little wiser and a little less judgy, and I started thinking like, Alex, why do you care so much about dumb shit?
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. You. I feel like we only have so much energy and in our body. You know what I mean? And when it's beautiful to put that into something that you love, but if it's too much, and for the little reasons that maybe 99% of people won't even notice, then it's not fucking worth it. It's not worth your mental health to fucking drag yourself through all that shit. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Yeah. So everyone fucking chill. You might have some bad days with pizza. Fucking, it happens.
Yeah.
So like, figure it out calmly. Don't be like, fucking bullshit, fucking stupid fucking pizza. The customer's like, oh my God, what's going on in there? Jesus Christ.
Losing it. Alex is screaming again.
Have you ever had those days, by the way, where the pizza's not on point and someone comes up to you like, the pizza's delicious here. It's some of the best I've ever had. And you want to be like, dude, the pizza fucking sucks today. What's wrong with you? Yeah. Or even want to like be like self-loathing, like, oh no, it's like fucking this and that, but you don't want to ruin their like happiness. You know what I mean? And don't ever do that, people. Don't ever, when someone's like genuinely like loves your food, don't take that away from them.
Yeah.
It's
dumb,
like, it's like teasing someone over their laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just let them enjoy it and be like, and just say, thank you. Thank you so much. And then just look at yourself in the mirror at night before you go to bed and just cut yourself a little bit or something like that.
Say Candyman 3 times. Yeah. Respect.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do a quick round of consulting here.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Since I haven't used my computer at all throughout this, it's been just so fluid. All right, best flour.
By the way, everyone, I just saw his password. It's Drake's Big Hog 69. Just so you know.
That is 100% right. I love Drizzy. And where all my dogs at? For all my dogs
at, dude.
Best flour.
I am a diehard King Arthur fan.
Worst flour.
I mean, anything bromated, I would say. It looks beautiful when it comes out of the oven, but it's just bad for you and it doesn't taste good.
Best cheese.
Mozzarella curd, I would say Belgioso's Platinum. When it comes to low moisture, part skim, Grande's the fucking king of that shit, man.
Worst cheese.
Worst cheese? Belgioso, low moisture, part skim. I'm sorry, Belgioso. Like, dude, I worked for those guys sometimes, you know what I mean? I went to the Pizza Expo with them. I went to fucking Yankee Stadium. Most of their cheese is pretty garbage, dude. But their curd is fucking dope.
All right, and then your favorite oven to cook in?
Pizza Masters, man. Fucking Pizza Masters, dude. Like, God damn it, these motherfuckers, man. They really cornered the game. It's easy to cook on, easy to train people on. They're consistent. Technical difficulties all the fucking time, but it's fine. It outweighs the bad, you know.
What's the worst oven to cook in?
Anything used. Okay, if you're a new pizza shop, and you know how like you might listen to Angelo being like, yeah, spend very little money opening your restaurant. Don't buy used equipment. Don't fucking buy used equipment. There's always something wrong, you know? Mm-hmm. Buying used equipment from places, it's like a fucking car dealership. Yo, it's great. Give it a slap, you know? Yeah, it's last you for years. They don't fucking know what that shit's been through and why it's at the used fucking, restaurant equipment store. It's probably because it's all fucked up. And sure enough, you don't want to start your business off on the bad foot, man. You want to hit the ground running. Buy a new oven.
Yeah.
Refrigeration, fine. Fucking whatever used. Buy a new oven.
Okay, good advice. Okay, who's the best person in pizza?
Damn. There's 3 people you just cannot hate in this pizza industry. Okay. You know what I mean? There's 3 people you can't hate. Frank Tutelamundo, can't hate that man. Okay. Mama's 2 in New York. He is a genuinely good dude. He's a caring fucking guy, and he makes dank fucking pizza. I said dank pizza to me. It's this.
No, dank is like sick.
Sorry, dude. It's Cali. That's
this Cali weather, He's making me say dank.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fucking dang pie.
The flowers
Cali
we smoked before this fucking pod,
dude. It's fucking sick. Should I wait? Let's wait. We'll wait. Yeah, sure.
You got your.
Okay.
You're good.
So I would say, okay, so I said Frank Tutelamundo, can't hate that fucking guy. Dan Ricker from Raza, just a fucking nice dude.
Seems like a cool dude.
Very cool dude. Almost too nice where it's like, bro, you got some fucking bodies in your basement, dude. You know what I mean?
I saw him like vaping and drinking with Nino
Caniglio
on his podcast. He sat there and like blazed, I think.
Wow.
Maybe it was nicotine. I don't know, but they talked for 3 hours. It was a good pod.
Oh, fucking hey, man. And who's the last one, man? There's another guy. I don't know. I'll think of it later. But those 2 dudes are just like genuinely like really fucking nice guys. You know, unpretentious, but yet they make fucking phenomenal pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the worst person in pizza.
Damn, dude. Do you ask other fucking people this shit? You just asked me because you know I'm going to fucking start fires, dude. All right. You want to start some fucking fires? Fuck you. Fuck you. All right? There's no respect between us, so fuck you. I am going to roast you for
and
as
you
long
do.
as I possibly can. And I have so much fun doing it. By the way, I have so much fun teasing people. But hold on, that's fucked up, dude. You tease people? I tease friends. Friends tease me back. I tease myself. I tease people I love. I tease people I dislike. I tease people I think that are pretentious. I tease everyone, and it's fun. You know, it's ball busting. It's in New Mexico, we'd call it carilla, giving each other carilla. You know, it's like, it's fine. Everyone like relax. You know, 2-bite.
Well, dude, this is good that we're getting into this because if you would look at Rad Times, you would kind of see just like Rad Times to me is kind of like how I feel on the inside, but I never talk about it. Well, so I can go over to your Instagram and be like, yeah, somebody understands me, the dark side of me. I don't have to say these things, but
you own a brick and mortar, dude. That's a risk, dude.
Yeah.
That's a risk.
I can't be saying this.
No, you can't.
But I want to talk to you. This bite twice thing, because I've had a couple interactions with with him, and he's such a nice guy. He's like the opposite of a Dave
Yes.
Portnoy.
Oh, yeah.
And like
Oh, yeah.
when you went after him, I was like, oh, Angelo, dude, here we go, dude. But then we were, I was talking to you. I was like, is this made up? Do they hate each other now? Like, what is this? Because this is riling me up. I'm going over to his. I'm looking at his story. I'm looking at your story, and I'm like, this is what I was like. Either Angelo really fucking hates British people, or these two are geniuses because they're just creating this fucking buzz out of nothing.
Word. I'll say this, man. Sometimes like I'll post like real footage of like, me at a park with my kids, like hanging out. And then randomly on Reddit or some shit, I'll find like a park in Sweden caught fire. And I'll download that video and then post that right after me at a park with my kids. Like this is on my personal profile.
Yeah.
And then people will be like, oh my God, like what happened? I'd be like, nah, that was just fucking another thing. I was just fucking with you. You know what I mean? And it's kind of
so dark.
Yeah, it is.
That's so fucking dark.
It's kind of the same thing with like Rad Times. Like I'll post some stuff and people kind of won't know if it's like beef or not. But I'll say this though, and this is the truth with the Bite Twice guy, man. And I'll still tell him to this day, I think his page is very corny. Okay, I do. And I think he kind of knows that, but he doesn't care because he's doing his thing and he's a fucking workhorse and makes a lot of videos every day and is out there.
Yeah, he shows up. He's working.
He shows up. He's working. So I respect him for that. So in us DMing each other, being like, fuck you, like, whatever, kind of like, busting about me, like my horns are still open, like, no, fuck you,
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where like we start talking, almost like two dogs barking at each other, like through a fence, and then someone slides open the fence and they're like, there's nothing to bark about.
Yeah.
And then we started talking. Oh, you have two kids? I have two kids too. Like, oh, word. Like, oh, this person, that person's great. Yeah, mate. And, so here's the thing. Me and him still fucking roast each other, but there's a mutual respect.
Yeah.
And he gets it now.
Yeah.
He gets it. And I'll say this. I'm not saying that I go after everyone in expectation of friendship. You know what I mean? But if someone gets my humor and kind of accepts my humor towards them, we're fucking cool, dude. We're totally cool. And he gets my humor towards him and he will fucking roast me back. And he's actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah, he was pretty funny.
Yeah, he's funny. Some of the shit he sends me, I'm like, damn, dude.
Well, also it says a lot about him that like all of a sudden like some just dude from America can just like start ripping him apart, and like he can come up on like his ego was like he was able to like see the humor in it.
Yeah,
like a lot of people take themselves very seriously, especially like influencers or like people that kind of do what he's doing. Like at the end of the day, like you're going and you're eating pizza and like it's supposed to be this fun, awesome thing.
Yeah. Like this is my page. Like let's call Rad Times like my, I guess, alter ego, even though like my name's attached to it, everything on paper to like my social media, like it's attached to it. But this is just me having fun. Like, dude, I do random shit. Like people ask like, well, what is Rad Times Pizza? Is it your consulting business? Is it like, a shirt company? Like, what is it? I was like, it's nothing. It's none of those things.
Yeah.
If I want to make a video, I'll fucking make a video. If I want to make a shirt that I had an idea for, I'll make a shirt. When I consult, like they sign it to Rad Times Inc., for example. Like that's my S Corp. And it's just like, that's my moniker in a sense. And I'm having fun with it, man. That's it. And I like to tear down people that take themselves too seriously.
Yeah.
And if they can allow me to kind of fucking do that with humor and see the humor in that and still do their own thing, but just like, hey, like what's up? Maybe have some respect for me and everything that I've done. We're fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, you do a pretty good job at poking fun at like the more lame things in the industry. Mm-hmm. And like even like shedding light on like the naturally leavened stuff, or like the really chefy cook, or like the rage bait, or the influencer. Like it's always pretty well done. We're
in a weird world right now. Remember growing up, it's like your parents were like, don't watch too much TV. You know what I mean? Like maybe an hour a day, 2 hours a day, maybe my family a little more, like 3 hours a day. But you just knew TV was bad. You knew staring at a fucking screen was bad for you.
Yeah.
Because what it does to your brain, that frying to your brain. And now it's just like accepted to be staring at a fucking screen all the time. And look what's happened.
Yeah.
Look at who we're influenced by. Look at how society's changed. how even restaurant culture's changed because of it. You know what I mean? Shit ain't that busy anymore, man. Interaction bars, they're not as busy as they used to be. Fucking going out isn't the pandemic definitely fueled this too, but it's a different world out there, man.
Yeah.
And social media is making it a lot worse. And that's kind of why, in a sense, I don't take my social media personally. I take my craft very, very seriously.
Yeah.
But I don't take social media very seriously. That's why, I can. It's my freedom of expression kind of thing.
Yeah.
And if I ever have anything less than that, I'll ditch it. I'll ditch it straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well said about like the fucking frying our brains. It's like that. It's like that commercial. This is your brain on drugs.
Dude,
it's like our fucking brains are eggs just on a frying pan.
And that's the
some
frying
people
pan
are on their
right
fucking
here.
phones like 8 hours a day.
Oh yeah.
Like that is not good for you.
No, it is not good for you. And there's documentaries about this on what we're doing to ourselves, but we don't care because it's an addiction.
Yeah.
It's an addiction. And then you see people like wanting to be popular from this addiction. And this gets into the Dave Portnoy thing too, right? It's like Dave Portnoy is every new pizzeria's fucking golden ticket. And they will simp for that motherfucker when he arrives, man. And here's the thing. It's really hard for me. To not roast motherfuckers who I know are good dudes, but when Portnoy shows up, they're like, "Hey, Dave." You can see they're like all nervous and like making jokes with him and being all chummy and shit. Dave Portnoy is kind of a shitty person. He is a shitty person, and he really doesn't care about you. Anyone who like, oh well, he donated to places, this and that. Yeah, and he told everyone about it. It's like that influencer shit where you're filming yourself giving a homeless guy $20. You know what I mean?
To fight the other homeless guy.
Yeah, he is the modern day bum fights. Oh my! Wait, am I the bum fights? Wait, you called me the Putin. Am I causing chaos in the pizza world? Am I Putin?
Yes, and I'm Tucker Carlson, who also is causing chaos on Twitter, or X.
Oh fuck, dude, fuck.
I'm the anti-podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Good. No, you absolutely are, and I love that. But what was I talking about? Sorry.
We were talking about bum fights. But this whole Portnoy phenomenon is crazy to me. And it's crazy because, I'll go to a new pizza place that I checked out and like, I'll scroll down long enough and you'll see a video where it's like, hey, y'all, topping on here. Make sure like El Presidente's in town. I need all of our followers sliding those DMs. Dude. And then it's like, it's just like they're frothing at the mouth for it because he has the ability to change a restaurant's trajectory. He can change someone's life with one visit.
100,000%. So if you're super confident in your pizza and you really actually think it's that fucking great, you want to simp for Portnoy and beg for his golden ticket. It's like Charlie opening up the fucking chocolate bar and finding the golden ticket when fucking Dave Portnoy shows up. You know what I mean? And they're so excited, And I'll say this: here's some advice for anyone who wants to simp for Dave Portnoy. Okay, sorry, anyone as in any pizza makers who want a good score from Dave Portnoy. First off, when he shows up, squeal like a little piggy and get super excited, right? And just let him know that he is your god and that him arriving means the fucking world to you. Okay, so do that first, and his ego will be like, oh my god. Yes, I am that important. Oh, I can't let my plebeians down by giving them a bad score. And then, give him.
I love that word plebeian, dude.
Plebeian,
plebes is such a good.
So then here's what you do too. It doesn't matter how long your fucking pizza's in the oven. Just leave it in there for an extra like 5 fucking minutes. Just fucking bake the shit out of it because this fucking old ex-frat boy who you adore, this fucking burnt out ex-cokehead palate piece of shit who just can only feel texture and not taste anything. He needs it crispy. So make it fucking crispy. All right? And then give it to him. And then when he has it, you need to stand right by him and like bite your nails. Like you need to be in the shot. And or you can be like this too. Like just adoring him. And then he'll be like, oh, wow. It doesn't matter what your pizza actually tastes like. as long as it is crispy and as long as you're staring at him with fucking hearts in your eyes, he'll give you a great score. He'll give you a great score. And even if he doesn't, if he gives you like basically what's considered like a shit score, like a 7.3, you're still going to simp for him. Thank you, Dave. Oh, you'll be a little disappointed, but oh man, thanks for coming by anyway.
No, you'd be like, that's a pretty good score from Dave Portnoy.
Wow, guys. A fucking
Like
6.8.
6.5 is pretty good.
It's really good. Yeah. Keep telling yourself that. Yeah, man. And yeah, no one's going to go to your fucking shop.
How does the pizza industry, like, because you could hands down say that he is the biggest influence. I mean, and maybe that says something about the pizza industry, which is like, which is bizarre to me because that's the pizza industry that
Here's what it says about the pizza industry.
Yeah.
Here's why Dave Portnoy's fucking arrival matters to the pizza industry, because we're all hurting, dude. We have this business with these slim fucking margins. We have this business that's hard, that's rarely thankful, you know, and you just want to fucking break because of that. Who the fuck is at my door?
Damn, we got some room service going or what's going on?
I think it's the call girl. Yeah, room service definitely thinks we're doing some gay porn in here, without a doubt.
You talk to probably a lot of people in the game.
Do you know how many people do this? They respond to like a post or a story of mine, and they don't want to be public with it. They just want to be like, dude, yes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do that, but, you know, they don't want to be down in the fucking muck with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love the muck, though.
Yeah.
I'm a pig in shit, dude.
Yeah.
With my freedom, dude.
Yeah.
You know? And I get it. But at the same time, like, dude, like, you know, I'm enjoying myself. People are like, oh, dude, like, you're so negative. Like, you know, you must be miserable, you know? No, I'm actually happier than I've ever been right now. I have a dope wife. I have a dope family. I get to travel the world and like show people how to make pizza. I got that gig that I told you about.
Yeah,
It's top
it's
secret.
incredible.
Like, dude, it's like things are good. It's just what I don't like are the people who like mega pretentious with their fucking heads up their ass, just thinking they're God's gift to pizza or restaurants. It's like, dude, you need some sort of humility to yourself, man.
Yeah.
You really, really do. Because in the end, like, what are we actually doing right now? You know what I mean? Like in life, like what are we doing? I love that people take their craft seriously, but don't make it this fucking this just bullshit holier than thou crap, you know?
Well, I think too, what's interesting is like what you're talking about is like you are saying and doing and posting and being your authentic self.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people overly focus on being positive all the time, or like try to act a certain way and want to come off as a very polite and respectful person. But at the end of the day, we all have our dark sides. We all have our annoyances. We all have dark humor, and we all, a lot of the time, keep that in. And I think that that's why so many people are receptive to stuff that you post, because it's that outlet, and that's why you're getting DMs or somebody's like hitting you up being like, yo, that's fucking funny, you know?
Yeah.
And
or like, thank you for saying that kind of shit, you know? I feel like there's a, you know, not to get too heady here, but there's a yin and yang, man, to everything. You need to be well balanced, and people need to understand, like, if you're trying to be positive all the time, that can also turn very toxic in a sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. You gotta let it out. You gotta be real. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fuck, dude. Everything on social media doesn't need to look like you're a fucking perfect person.
Yeah.
Dude, you know?
Because you're not.
Because you're not.
Yeah.
You're not. And your pizzas isn't always perfect either.
Yeah.
You know? Fucking let's be real. Also, too, you're not gonna please everyone. That's fine. You know? And people gotta chill, man. People gotta chill.
I say that's where we wrap it up.
Fucking
let's end it there. I'm gonna ask you one final question.
Yeah, what's up?
Who is the greatest artist or band of all time?
Fucking hell, dude. For their time, and what still to this day fucking blows me away, like when I get high and fucking put on music and zone the fuck out, Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
Like,
hell yeah.
Like to have that amount of talent in a group and to have lyrics that are fucking so like meaningful and deep, and to also be into like fucking dope kung fu movies to like show that nerdy side of you as well. You know what I mean? And same thing. Like, dude, they didn't fucking sell it. You never saw fucking Wu-Tang fucking wearing fucking glittery, puffy bullshit in the fucking glittery music video era. You know what I mean? They kept it like very real the whole time. So Wu-Tang, man. And sometimes I forget, you know, just because, you know, we have these fucking random playlists on our shit, or hey Siri, play this or that. Play some Wu-Tang. Play some fucking Wu-Tang once in a while, man.
Yeah.
You know, like, and just like really listen to what they say. You know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Where do we go to check out Rad Times? And if somebody wants to hire you, what's the best way?
So best way to check out Rad Times is, you hit me up, Angelo at radtimespizza.com. You can also go to my Instagram. And, you know, a lot of people might be like, well, who have you worked with? Well, I'll let you know if we're serious about doing some consulting. I'll give you a fucking resume with everyone's personal phone numbers who own the shops.
Yeah.
Not the head chef that worked there fucking 10 years ago, with the owners of the shop. And, you know, I have a good standing with everyone, you know. There's 2 maybe, like Zoom, especially after they watch this shit. Fuck that guy. No, fuck him.
If there's one thing I learned throughout this whole thing is I'm definitely going to use the power fart. Angelo, I'm telling you, I've wanted to hear you on a podcast for years.
Word.
And this might be the greatest podcast we've done yet.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. I hope so. I hope so. Can this podcast be named Conversation with Angelo Womack / Power Fart?
Yes.
Yeah?
We could, I mean, usually every podcast gets a name.
/
We could just call it Power Fart.
/ Jizz and Eggs.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's do it.
All right. Let's end it there, dude. Thank you so much.
Word.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, word. Dude.
Incredible.